Word has traveled near and far, and I had to test your mettle today to see for myself the worth that you bring to our kingdom. At this time, we would call into our presence the Order of Chivalry. Now,
Sorry.
you have sat 2 vigils for peerage. We know well the worth that you bring. We have counseled those who surround you. I ask you now, is it your intention today to enter into this august order?
Absolutely.
Excellent.
Good decision.
Good answer.
Where's
Harold,
Yes, I'm right here.
Say ahead, will you?
Who speaks first?
well, first there is an obligation.
Oh, wait, there is an obligation. Dear friend, I believe you have business with the good gentle.
If I might make a statement first, and then my lady will use words that we will share together.
Please do.
Some time ago, I asked this certain chivalry if they had occasion to step in and do that which Leah and I could not do, being too old and broken down, and take special interest in polishing this already nicely polished stone. And on that count, thank you, gentlemen, one and all.
And I'm going to please disapprove the claim. Thank you. As we, your knights, accept back your squire's belt, you can clearly see, standing here, there are 3 of us. Duke Doggin, with whom you started this journey, Robert, and myself. We want to remind you that although at this moment you are feeling flattered, very excited, and maybe a little bit like, oh, I've made it. We have one last word for you. This accolade that the king offers you is not a gift. As we've discussed many times, it is a burden and it is a responsibility. We are fully confident that you are capable and ready to accept those responsibilities. Today is simply a mile marker on your journey that you will continue, having already given your answer to the king. And with all of our love.
This do I say?
Not knowing he was going to be able to make it today, he is, Sir Robert has put in the letter, which the scripture like to read to the assembly. Unto your majesty, greetings from Sir Robert Dispenser on this, the occasion of the advancement of our squire, Ellen Dispenser. I respectfully request that you use this belt in the upcoming ceremony, if it is your desire. This belt is an ancient artifact of the Barony of Loch Salann. It is affectionately known as the rookie belt or the baby knight belt. It is the belt that I was knighted with in AS 12. The tradition in the barony was that each new knight was given the belt to wear until the next new knight was made, at which time the baby knight would pass it on to the new rookie. This tradition eventually fell out of favor as we became a new kingdom with new shiny traditions. But for this knighting, we would like to ask that you use this belt with all its history. In service, Robert Dispenser.
Thank you.
Here's a chain.
I have had the opportunity to bear this chain today.
May it pass around all of these good gentles, these good members of the chivalry. to put their blessing upon it.
As that goes around, we have speeches beginning with the royal peer, His Grace.
I'm His Grace Gabriel Robertson. I have the honor of speaking on behalf of the royal peers for this man. It is the job of any peer to provide an opportunity for someone to truly step into this dream, to step out of the reality that we live in and truly believe that we are here among each other in this beautiful society that we've created. Every time you enter the field, in your kit, your comportment, your behavior, and your graciousness is that of fighting a true knight. The Charnay and William the Marshal will be proud. You truly give everyone the opportunity to feel that they are in that reality. You give them that opportunity and that joy that only so few of us get to feel. And every time you enter the field, you give someone that opportunity. Thank you for being a gateway to the dream.
Thank you, Your Grace.
The Order of the Pelican, His Grace Fury.
I'm Duke Fury, known as the Axe Slapper. This man, I've known him for quite a few years. We've crossed swords many times. But that's not what I'm talking about today. Today I'm talking about all the other stuff he does. His service is astronomical. He's always doing something everywhere he goes. Inside the kingdom, outside the kingdom, everywhere. He's trying to help people. He spends his time trying to train people and working with them, setting up tents every time I turn around and watch him. He's just out there doing the things that is a huge part of service. And it's something that I admire immensely. It's been wonderful to watch you grow. And we wholeheartedly accept this candidate.
Thank you, Grace.
The Order of the Laurel.
I'm Duke Floki Hitzkegger, Baron of Loch, Salann. I've heard you have also. It is the duty and the obligation of the Laurel through their crafts to bring to life the modern Middle Ages. Through costuming, through food, music, illumination, calligraphy, all of the arts that a Laurel endeavors is to bring this dream alive and manifest it in the real world. The Laurel's work is a work of sheer will. Things do not exist until the Laurel puts their hand to the task. As a Laurel, you already know this burden and this duty. As a knight, you will continue to promote the arts and promote the growth of the arts within this kingdom. And I know that I speak for every Laurel who would say you are well received in both the Order of the Laurel and into the Order of Chivalry.
There are words from the Masters of Defense. I've never seen this guy before in my life, but I've got some words here. Your Majesties, I pray you hear my words in my absence. I am Basil de Drache, the first Artemisian Duke. Knighthood is a multi-layered ideal. Prowess is a key attribute of this ideal, of course. Aylwin obviously has prowess. Just face him on the field and that question is easily answered. To me, it is more a test of character to achieve the other ideals of knighthood, because a warrior can achieve a sufficient level of prowess with plenty of practice, but humility, largesse, and renown require a special person's character and soul. In my opinion, as position increases, humility decreases. It is a difficult task to remember that you still serve the people, and that in the end they are more important than you. This concept frequently gets lost. This man exemplifies the ideal of humility. He does not crave the spotlight, even though he is a beacon. He puts the needs of others above his personal desires. If someone needs help, he gives without a thought of return. Humility rolls off Aylwin in waves. Largesse is another ideal that is hard to be taught. Either you are a giving person with your time and skills, or you are not. This man kneeling before you is constantly giving of his time. He has been a baron and a kingdom-level officer. He shares his voice in song infrequently. If you have not heard him perform, make a plan to do so. He is talented in the fine arts and shares his work with those around him. pottery work is a talent beyond reproach, all of which he gladly shares. Lastly, renown is how well you are known throughout the kingdom. Even though he has not been king, he is more widely known and recognized throughout the kingdom than many crowns or other knights. Your Majesty, he is an icon for our kingdom. For the enhancement of our kingdom and the prestige his elevation will bring to us, I support this candidate.
Thank you, Excellency, for representing His Grace Basil.
Next, a member of the chivalry.
Owen, I have two privileges today that I'd like to share with all of you. It is easy to hear all the accolades people speak of you and how you touch the chivalric virtues. But I'll tell you of my own observation, because mine is short, but it is striking to me so that you remind me of some of my favorite men in my life. In Arthur's stories, Bohem's, or later known as Gareth of the Knight of the Round Table, has all these adventures, but he comes to the king's court and is sent to the kitchens, and he's fed for a year and given scorn by Kay and other knights, but he never loses his bearing. And through his noblesse oblige and his generosity and his franchise, he becomes great friends with Lancelot and Gawain, and later knighted by Lancelot. And in all of this, he exuded what it is to be noble and good amongst us. And the moment I met you, I thought, what a great knight in Artemisia. I thought I'd met another knight, a brother of my order. And then when we put armor on days later, you didn't put a belt around your waist. And to be honest, it bothered me, because I thought this man clearly was. Oh, let's see what his prowess upon the field. And I saw you fight, and I said, clearly this man is a knight. And my privilege was to be in the council where others spoke of you and get to speak of you and tell of your deeds and the things we observed, because you were admired by many, and I say without hesitation, as a knight, many years of service in kings and crowns. The privilege has been mine to do these things. It's also my privilege to say to you, you are my peer and my brother knight, and I'm so happy to have you here with all of us, for it is as it should be, as in Arthur's court, where Omus went to become Gareth in many fine adventures. I look forward to your future adventures in the kingdom of Artemisia and the squires that will come of you, because this will be a grand thing that will be tales to be told.
A member of the populace.
Your Highness! Your Highness! I wish to
Your
speak to the
Excellence.
pretty boy.
Please come.
You like turn around.
Gotcha.
Your Highness.
I've seen this man from the time he was a pup and has grown into this dude. The thing that most people, everybody sees, but it's what is here. It's what counts. It's the heart of him, the courage of him to move from one place to another. And my husband was so proud of you, Duke Sir Dagon said to me, he's one that's going to do it. Because he is smart enough, has the courage enough to absorb, to take, to make, and improve that which he knows. So, you kid. Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming so far.
Wouldn't miss it. You too.
Is there a sword? My friend, this is a gift. Maybe resembles the sword that is on the portrait hanging in your boat. Would you swear your oath of fealty upon this sword or upon King's justice.
At your will, Your Majesty. I will swear on what you wish.
Are there spurs?
Yeah.
We'll get to that.
You have no more.
I've got deals here. Who do I swear,
Here do I swear,
by mouth and by hand,
by mouth and by hand,
fealty and service
fealty and service,
to the crown and kingdom of Artemisia,
to the crown and kingdom of Artemisia,
to speak and to be silent,
to speak and to be silent,
to come and to go,
to come and to go,
to strike and to spare.
to strike and to spare.
I will stand as the shield of the weak,
I will stand as the shield of the weak,
counsel to the strong,
counsel to the strong,
and ever at the command of my liege lord.
and ever at the command of my liege,
Upon my honor,
upon my honor.
by the lawful commands of the crown,
Say again,
and by the lawful commands of the crown,
by the lawful commands of the crown.
I will ever strive to be worthy
I will ever strive to be worthy
of the belt and the chain
of the belt and the chain
from this hour henceforth,
from this hour henceforth,
until the kingdom crumble,
till the kingdom crumble,
death take me,
death take me,
the world end.
or the world end.
So say I.
So say I, Yeoman Dispenser.
And we, Ronan,
And we, Claire.
hear your words. I know them to be good and true. And for our part, pledge to safeguard you and your household. Henceforth. Till the sky falls,
The mountains crumble.
the world ends, or these crowds pass from our hands.
So close.
Please rise.
It is the Queen's honor to present belts to those who take on a squireship, to those who take on a knighthood, but it is most importantly to have your lady put this most especially wonderful belt on you. So much putting belts on you before.
Are there spurs?
These very well used, well worn spurs are being passed to you by His Excellency Sir Gregory de Bec. And these were the spurs that he was knighted in. And I passed them to him, as these were the spurs that I was knighted in. They were passed to me by His Grace Duke Sean Kirkpatrick Tarragon. These were the spurs he was knighted in. And these spurs were given to Duke Sean by His Grace Duke Brian Anthony Uriel Tarragon. And these spurs were given to Duke Brian by His Excellency Sir Robert Dispenser. Well, I'm not going to be able to do the math. 40 plus, easily 40 plus years. These spurs are now being passed to you. These are not yours to keep. There is a charge that comes with these. And Sir Gregory has held these for 29 years, waiting for the right person to pass them to. And he has decided that it is time for these to leave him and come to you. And we charge you, those of us who stand in the lineage of these spurs, to one day find another knight and to pass these spurs on to him.
There are also an additional set of spurs, ones that have come a great, great distance to be here with you today, as with many of your friends who have come. These spurs belonged to Duke Doggin. These represent so much that you have done in the service of others. How highly praised he held you, and how highly praised that his family and loved ones still do. And so, with this from him and these from Artemisia, we put one of each.
Spurs are a reminder that you ride forth in the name of the crown. They are a prick spur to remind you not to be one. May they never be hacked from your heels in shame and degradation. May this be the last blow you ever receive unanswered.
Woo!
Elwyn Dispenser, we dub thee once for courtesy. We dub thee twice for ferocity. We dub thee thrice Knight of Artemisia and the Society for Creative Anachronism.
Good luck.
Is there a scroll?
This to read. Rejoice! For we, Ronan and Claire, sovereigns of Artemisia, would have great words shouted across the known world. We have found among our subjects one who has distinguished himself through his courtesy, chivalry, and prowess on the field. Elwyn Dispenser, your unshakable faith in the ideals of chivalry have been a light to the people of Artemisia, and your nobility of heart and actions has inspired others to strive for excellence. In all you do, you bring courage, justice, mercy, and hope, and a belief that the dream thrives when we hold true to the highest virtues. Thus, we do elevate you to the most noble order of chivalry, and charge you to take upon yourself the oaths of a knight, to uphold the weak, to speak the truth, to live a life of honor and valor, and to defend the dream so long as breath remains within you. We affirm your sole and exclusive right to bear the following arms throughout the known world: per chevron, azure and sable, a latinate cross, and in base, and in crescent and decrescent argent, by letters patent, done by our hand and seal, in the barony of Loch Salann on the feast of St. David, the first day of March, in the year 59 of the Society, being Anno Domini 2025. Scroll by Mistress Meg. And it is quite a sight. You can all take the time to look at it.
Can we get 3 cheers, Dylan? Dylan.
3 cheers.
Cheers.
For the newest member of the chivalry, Vivant! 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 Vivant!
He wasn't nice.
I was born on this hill, I was raised in the wars, and one day it made me a knight. Oh, someday my sword may go rusted, I will live by my oath till I die. Raised through the night, and came it to spread, and there before the good. So great numbers, well, you get up as well. And he sang the song behind his shield. Civilian thing. I was raised in the war, and one day made me a knight. Though someday my soul may go rusted and old, I will live by my road till I die. Oh, through the night and retired to a farm, that the king no more will he be called. With honor and booty, this knight has served me well, and the night and to the song. I was born on the scales, I was raised in wars, and one day it made me a knight. Though someday my soul may grow rusted and old, I will live by my oath till I die. War struck the country and the king was in flight. But they could not win the day. When on the field came an old aged knight, and as he charged a line, they heard him say, I was born on this field, I was raised in the wars, and one day it made me a knight. My swords may grow rusted and old, I will live by my oath till I die. They soon on the night. The king's men they rallied, they slew all their foes, and began to count their hoods and dead. They found that old knight sling by flaming bows, and once more to his king he sped. I was born on this field, I was raised in the wars, and one day it made me a knight. Though it seems my sword has grown rusted and old, I have lived by my oath till I die.
Right. So, now that this is done, I guess you should.
All right.
No pressure.
No
right?
pressure, no pressure.
Take it out. That looks really cool.
Yeah, you gotta get your flamer shot in.
All right.
Here in recesses, the court of their majesties, please carry on the day.
Tell them the story. It's my buddy Hans.